It's Sunday, the 21st of January. I don't know how. I didn't see how Kansas City got the ball back. Because the last time I saw it, oh my God. What happened? Because I saw Kansas City get a touchdown, and now I see that Kansas City is Pacheco ran it down to like about the 2 yard line. Jesus Christ! And this is what this is what I was saying, and people hated on me for it. But right now, Kansas City's up three, first and goal at the 4. Shovel pass to Hardman. He does not have it. He is short on about the half-inch line. Did he say he fumbled it? No, the Douglas was, and actually that's Razul Douglas, by the way. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I agree. That's the guy. That's the guy that the Raiders had in camp like a couple years ago. He's not down. He fumbles the ball through the end zone and out. That should be Buffalo ball. Let's see. He's not down. He's not down. He's not down. Ball is out. If the Bills get fucked here, okay, he's not on. He's not down. That's out of the end zone. I know I'm biased. I know I'm biased. I know I'm fucking biased. Hi Dory, how you doing, honey? Wow, we don't have a lot of people joining us tonight. That sucks. But they're probably glued to their TVs as well. I am. I'm here. I'm watching the game, but I'm here doing my job as well. So ahoy to you, Ms. Dory. I know Dory asked me. She said, "Hey, what time is it again?" Because she knew she wanted. And thank you, Bruce Davis. Hello to you, sir, as well. Put you on. Good to see you. So we have there's 4 people watching, and I've identified 2 of them, Dory and Bruce. If you're here, hit up the chat. Okay, there's 5. I think maybe one of them is me. But I looked at that. Yes, I am biased. I get it. I'm biased. And I didn't even, apologies. I didn't even see how they got the ball back. Thank you. Matt Marinovich agrees with me as well. Roswell Douglas, who was one of those defensive backs that we cut, what was it? What was it? McDaniels, McFires, McShitheads. We cut him at cornerback, and he went to, I think he went to Green Bay. And now he's with the Buffalo Bills. I remember him something about him being on Green Bay. I might be mistaken, but I know he left the Raiders and he caught on with somebody else. That was a fumble, and Brian agrees. And again, we are biased. I get it. We're biased. We want it to happen, but getting back to my point, what I said before, and I'm hoping I might get my beard straight up. I said for some reason, and I want to be wrong. I call the field KC down by contact, no fumble. Let's see if Hakalugi gets it right. This is Hakalugi Jr. So he's doing something here, something here. So did they overturn it? Yes, they overturned it. Hey, Kansas City Smugs, right here. You're not down. Ball is out. Through the end zone. Touchback. Fuck you. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy than Mecole Hardman, who left. Who left the team. They got rid of him. They either got rid of him or they traded him. Screw you. So the ball's on the 20. Buffalo was, driving for, and they're already ahead, but they were driving for another score. See, that's not good. I think the Bills have done enough running today. They have run quite well, but you got to throw it downfield. You got to throw it downfield a little bit more. But what I was getting at was I said for some reason, God, I hate saying this. I said Kansas City goes and wins this game. This was before. This was the other day on the show. I said for some reason I just think it's one of those plays where Kansas City is the kryptonite. Kansas City is the kryptonite. And getting back to Raiders news, Matt, I don't think it's going to be co-GM. I think that it's going to be Dodds and then to give Champ Kelly another spot that is involved with player personnel, because it'll be a two-headed monster, but I don't think it's going to be co-GM. I can't see it. Champ Kelly was an assistant here. Dodds was an assistant at, Indianapolis. I think Dodds becomes the GM and Champ is like director of player personnel. It's a two-headed monster. It's basically co-GMs, but by position title. By position, oh my God, I need to actually get a. By position title, you need to actually kind of get a. You can hire somebody, but it's one of those things where you're at the where you can't. I don't know if you can take them and do like a lateral movement, because it'd be a lateral movement because Dodds is already. Dodds is already an assistant GM in Indianapolis. Devontae Adams wants Kirk Cousins. Here, I mean, this is going to sound harsh too. Don't let the damn inmates run the asylum. Okay, the players got what they wanted with AP as head coach. I get it. They got what they wanted with AP. But it's looking like, I want this, I want that, I want the other. It's a matter of, it's like the inmates running the asylum. I don't know. And I think it's Dobbs. I think it's Dodds, not Dobbs. They get Dobbs. He could fire AP in year 2 since AP isn't his guy. Thoughts? Yes. I agree. Because he ain't my guy. I didn't bring him in. That gives you a legitimate gripe. 3rd and 12, by the way. 11 minutes. Buffalo is losing by 3. They got to do something. Okay. Allen back to pass. Throws it to. Did he catch it? The official's saying he didn't have it. Let's see the replay. No. when he broke his hands, it wasn't a catch because and had it, and then yeah, no, not a catch. I wish that was a catch. It was almost a catch, but almost a catch is like still not a catch. Angela, how you doing? Yeah, Ed Dodds, double D. I'll be honest, I didn't like what Max said about getting traded if I didn't, and I agree with you. I agree with you, Bruce. It's like, and I like Max, but you know what, Max, you're not the head coach, and his mom is, I don't want to say I'm very, 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 very close with his mom, but I am kind of close with his mom. That's the egocentricity of the players nowadays. Really, it's it's like it's my football, and I'm going to go home. We'll see. Oh, pardon me. 47 million in cap space. Get more after let go of others. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to save 23 with what is it? Was it 13 or 23? Maybe it's 13. I think it's 13 with when we let go of Garoppolo post June 1st. I think they split it. But Buffalo can't afford to have them get a touchdown. Let's just say that. And even our shipmate out, who is a Bronco fan, I'll be kind, Bundagus, I know. I say donkey fan, but yeah. Mundungus says it's a good hire. That's pretty cool to hear from Mundungus. You don't know Mundungus Creevy is like the head of the MHRT network. So good guy. Good guy. Looks like KC in the AFC Championship again after going to get what. Yeah, and I agree, man. It's like it's scripted. But I did say this, of course, like I said, did you see? And I can't remember where I saw it, but it's like they were saying, and the musical guests of Super Bowl whatever again from the Baltimore Ravens against the uh, the Niners, they already have it done. Ravens against Niners. Good coverage there. Rasheed Rice was covered very well. Of course. What's the flag? Gotta have a flag because Patty wants a flag. Patty wants a flag. Ah, that's not right. Okay. I don't see anything there. I think that's crap. I don't see anything there. That's not crap. That's crap. Hockey Lee, you are if you're a bitch, Hockey Lee, if you call anything on Buffalo. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. Pass interference, Buffalo. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. That's a bitch call. That's a bitch call. Jimmy Furpo has it right. That's a bitch call. That's a bitch call. That's crap. If Buffalo lets them go down and get points, right? The bitch call. But like I said, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me because who called timeout? Who called timeout? Oh, Andy Reid did. The fat walrus himself. Yeah, I know I'm not skinny. JT's in here. Good to see you. We need to pick up free agent cornerback Jalen Johnson from the Bears, pairing him with Jack Jones. So we'll see. Oh, let's see, my buddy Danny, who is a Cheatriot fan, but he's also a Bucks fan. Fake Pirates. The Raiders are real Pirates. Last I checked, they were football players surrounded by cosplayers. Ha ha ha. I said, I'm gonna rack on his team. No, I don't need to like it. I need to change that. Come on. He's a Patriots fan. I'm sorry. This guy's a Patriots fan. He said, "Fake Pirates. The Raiders are real Pirates. Last I checked, they were football players surrounded by cosplayers." I'm like, so hey, said you guys ever figure out how to beat the Raiders? He's a Patriots fan. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just we got to get things anyway. Yeah, and Mundaga. So where do you guys go a quarterback? I'll tell you what. Um, we'll see. Mundagas is asking who are we going to have at quarterback. Um, and thank you, Matt, for answering my question. Thank you, Matt, for answering my question. 8 minutes and 23 seconds. 8:23. That's my old Boy Scout troop. 8:23. 8 minutes and 23 seconds left in the game. Kansas City up by 3. And it is a good question about quarterback. I will say this, Mundungus. It's one of those things where this is the quarterback room next year in Vegas. A vet quarterback signed to be determined unless the OC wants to keep noodle-armed Garbajopola. That's it. Vet quarterback signed or vet quarterback on roster, a.k.a. Jimmy Garbajopola. Hoyer's gone. So you're going to have a vet in there. You're going to have Aiden O'Connell, otherwise known as AOC4. If you are new to my show, I tell you, please don't call him AOC because AOC is the skinny bitch from New York. That's who AOC is, the skinny bitch from New York. AOC4, please. So it's AOC4, a veteran quarterback to be determined, and a draft pick in the later rounds. So I see War wants Jane Daniels. I don't necessarily think. I don't think unless he drops to the Raiders at 13, I don't think the Raiders are going to go up to get him. I mean, honestly, there's too many things that you need to do. You need You need to address the interior defensive line, the interior offensive line. Seriously. You need a linebacker, you need a cornerback. That's just off the top of my head. You don't need a quarterback in the top of the draft. Honestly, you don't. And like I said, Mundungus thinks top 5. I can get that. Don wants to see Fields. That might be the guy, but not for a first round pick. Maybe throw him a third. Brian says AOC4 is backup, that quarterback free agent, and any top quarterback that might fall. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, somebody went long. Oh! No flags. Diggs is good for a catch or two, but it just seems that, he just can't get. Well, what was it when he beat the Vikings? What is it? The miracle against the Vikings. I think Kel might be watching. Kel's over in the UK. Kel's a Vikings fan. Diggs beat the Vikings a couple years ago. He hasn't had that catch since that I can remember. Left Fields and Connor battled out for this. But yeah, I agree with that. Okay, catch, get some yardage. There you go. So now it's third and about 2.5, 3rd and 3. You're looking at like a Penix or Nix, but he should be drafted before. Yeah, I like I said, no, I don't want. Like I said, if they're available in the 2nd round, sure, not in the 1st. Left Fields and Connor about Fields. If we trade for Fields, great. Saying if people try, we all need our draft pick fill spot. Yes, that's what we need. Need the big boys. Need the big boys. 3rd and 3, 7:35 to go. Is it a first down? Yes, it is. Ground can't cause a fumble, fuckers. Knox is. It's cold up there, so you kind of get the wind knocked out of you when you get. It is a first down. It's not a fumble. Fuck you, Kansas City. Okay, went down. Shit. Ball definitely can't, ground can't cause a fumble. I hope the Chiefs are not playing an elite. Yeah, I get it, Jimmy. Like I said, one of the people that I can't stand in the playoffs is out. That's the fake Pirates. The other one is playing right now that I don't want in the Super Bowl. The third one won yesterday. And that is the Napa Wine Country guys. But we'll see it. 1st and 10 for Buffalo. Can they do this? And yes, I will open up the show probably after I see the ending. Okay. If you please comment, I'm watching your comments. I'm watching TV. I'll let you know what's going on. Pass to the tight end, gets about 8 yards. It was what's his name? He's either a big wide receiver or a small tight end. Can't see his number, but it's not. I wish I could see it. He's out of the game now, but yeah, the 8 yards, 2nd and 2. Mayfield played a decent game. Yeah, well, but he's staying in Tampa. And Bruce, I said, I can't stand crybaby Mahomes. There's a first down. Hey, if the whistle's blown, and I'm sure the whistle was, that's called excessive. If the official, oh my God. Jimmy Farrell, I did comment. I said, I think it's going to be Ed Dodds with Kelly. With Kelly playing a role in player personnel, like director of player personnel. I don't think it's going to be a co. Because Dodds is the assistant right now. He wants to have they're going to want to give him a title position, a raise. Kelly is the assistant right now. They want to give him a either like a raise or a title raise. Director of Player Personnel. I don't think we did. We even have a Director of Player Personnel last year. I don't think we did. I might be wrong. And Anthony, I don't want the number one overall pick because I tell you what, if you fucking blow that one, uh and yeah, Dodds is more experienced. Kelly is good. Kelly's done quite a lot. Oh, thank God McDuffie dropped the ball. Literally. Thank God McDuffie dropped the ball. Do you think we can make the playoffs next year? Bruce, yes. If we continue to improve. We were what? We were vying for the number 7 seed this year. We were what? Number 8, maybe number 9 out. We were just out of the playoffs. We are an offense away. He's down. He's down. Well, it's definitely a Buffalo ball anyway. I think he was down anyway. Okay, so it's fourth. Okay, yes, they're calling it fourth down. Oh no, that was a fumble. That's a fumble. That was picked. That was the Bills got. So it's fourth down. 4th and 3. Wow, that's a long 3. That's like a 4th and 4. Pretty much ball game right here. 5 minutes, a little under 5 minutes. That's a first down. Yes, buddy. Great play. Shakir, first down, stops the clock, 4:46 on the Chiefs 40, I think. That's first down. That was a good play. He was moving and grooving, yeah, 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Wow. The total yards is tied as of right now. 353 total yards for each team. Buffalo gets another yard, they'll have more yards. So they got more yards. They have more yards. They have more yards. Second down, what do you get? 5? Got 5. 2nd and 5. 4:32 to go. And I want a touchdown. I want a touchdown. And I did that. Dodds has been, yes. I want Dodds. I want Kelly to be there. 2nd and 4 on the 34. Running play does not get Jack Diddley. Oh my God. Do not hear. Keep running the clock. Keep running the ball. You don't want to feel, you want to win. You want to win. You want a freaking touchdown, and you don't want the crybaby Kermit to have the ball. I'm sorry. I don't want it to happen. This scripted shit. There you go. First down. Keep the ball. 27-yard line. First down. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Run the clock. Run the ball. Get the touchdown. Run the clock. Run the ball. Just say it with me. Run the clock. Run the ball. Get the touchdown. It's easy as crap. 27-yard line. There's a run. Gains about a yard. Okay, so they can go down to the 2 minute warning. I see that. They're going to let it run to the 2 minute warning. He's 2nd and 9. Yeah, they're gonna run it to the 2 minute warning. It'll be 2nd and 9, 2 minutes, 2 timeouts after this. And I agree. Don't kick the field goal. Raiders Pinoy, mabuhay to you as well. Trade up the 4 with the Cards. Okay, War. And by the way, War is my Australian buddy. There's Afakazi, and then the other gentleman. This is the other guy. Okay, let's bring it on. See, trade up the 4 with the Cards. Hop over the Giants at 6 with go quarterbacks, and can't trade to 5 because doubt the Chargers will trade with us to get a quarterback. War. The problem is this. Who are you targeting? Okay. Because the way that it's going right now, it's going to be, I hate saying it, Caleb Williams and May 1-2 or 2-1. Those are going to be the top 2 guys, right? 3 is likely going to be Jaden Daniels with the Patriots, the Cheatriots, right? From what I saw today, they'll take Jaden Daniel. So then you're at 4. So you don't get the top 2 quarterbacks. You don't get the top 2 quarterbacks. What is this, Mr. and Mrs. Smith again? Yeah. Oh, it's a series this time. Okay. It's a series. Yo, Raider comes down the line. Yeah, I mean, but it's the NFL. It's the NFL. And yes, I swear I will put up the link after the game. Because I want to see the game. We're talking about the game. I like I said, I don't think. And I might have to go pee. And I normally don't do that, but yeah, we'll talk. We will know who's in the conference championship game next week. We do know that it's going to be the Niners taking on the Lions. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. The question is, who are the Ravens going to play in Baltimore? And yeah, interesting on who moves to where and what moves are made. Yeah, I agree. There you go. I'm outside and I'm not doing. There you go. Ooh, could have been picked short. What are you doing? Oh, you know what? Maybe it was because his foot was. Maybe it was because his foot was hit by. Who drove in the guard into him? Is that Chris Jones? Daniels. Yeah, like War, but it's like if Daniels isn't there at 4, then you trade it up for 4 for nothing. Then you go, and honestly, if you traded up to 4 and you giving up all that collateral, you might want to go get Marvin Harrison Jr. I think the Pats take Daniels. I do. So it's 4th and 9. The clock is stopped, by the way, on the incomplete. And you given Mahomes a minute something with 2 timeouts. A minute 47 with 2 timeouts. And that's if this guy even makes the field goal. Oh my God. Let's see it. And he missed it. And he missed it. He missed it. He missed it. He missed the field goal. Was it the wind? No, he just missed it. It looks almost an exact duplicate of Scott Norwood. It looks like an exact duplicate of Scott Norwood. And of course, Kermit is happy. Can't stand this. I called it, though. I called it. 2 timeouts, 143. And you give up 9 yards on first down? Are you kidding me? Give up 9 yards. Nine yards. Honestly, if you gave up 8 yards, don't call timeout. I don't recall, and I see Jimmy Furpo talking about the queefs and the ref. I'm trying to think of. I don't recall the refs really doing anything blatantly stupid this game. I don't recall, and that's first down. That's game. That's the game. That's the game. $128 first down. Kansas City wins, barring a fumble. Barring a fumble. Oh, at least War agrees with me on that. If you move up, if Daniels is a Patriot, oh, Chris Jones, you know what? He's getting. They're throwing snowballs at him. Good. Buffalo fans are throwing snowballs at Chris Jones. I called this. I said for some reason, it's Kansas City has the number. They're going to beat Buffalo. And I said it. Check the tape. Can't stand it, but I called it. I think that's the only game I called correctly, because I think I said Green Bay was going to beat the Niners. They almost did. I think, Kelsey, right here. I called this game. I said Bill's going to lose. I think I did say that Detroit was going to win. So I called both today's game, and I did not call both of yesterday's games. But I'm pissed. Frickin' Buffalo Bills. 27 seconds, fourth down. 23 seconds. That's the game. Fuck you. Don't trade up because I'm saying draft day trade. We'll see. Anyway, now that this has thoroughly pissed me off, if you want to get into the show, please do. Please do. And Angelo, you if you come in the show, make it about like 10 minutes at most. because I want everybody in here. I want everybody in here because I know I can talk. I know Angelo can talk. So there it is. The 1-3, the 1-3. Yeah, yeah. Make it 10 minutes. Anna Diaz, come in. Brian is always a commenter, just like my boy Matt Marinovich. Thank you, JB. Good to see you. Good to see you, JB. That's my boy. War. If War wants to come, War is coming. Could come in from Australia. Jimmy Furpo's here. Bruce Davis. Yo, KFC gonna have to come to Baltimore. I mean, my God. I want Detroit and Baltimore, right? And I want Detroit to win. I want Detroit and Baltimore. And I want Detroit to win. Because, the Lions they're not an original NFL team, but they're fan based. And they used to be, like I said, before the non-Super Bowl era, Detroit had like 4 NFL championships. I don't know if you heard the sneeze over there. Anna's nursing a major hangover. Yes, okay. Veronica's here. Veronica, I'm just telling you. Veronica is the only Niners fan that I can think of that I like. It's not personal. It's not. I can't. Veronica is the awesomest lady I know. She is the awesomest lady I know. But you are an awesome fan. But the majority of people that I've met that are Niners fans are not you. They're not awesome. How did the Chiefs always find a way? Yeah, and Braga does say this, and it's true. If they play like they played yesterday, Detroit's going to win easily. But I think it's a foregone conclusion. If you go by the color scheme, it's going to be Baltimore wins, the Niners win because the logos have already predetermined it. And yeah, can't play like you did yesterday, Braga. You are so right, and you look lackluster. And this is a gorgeous, very intelligent Niners fan. Gotta love it. And yeah, cool. And I said it before anybody else has said it looked like a Scott Norwood kick. It looked like a Scott Norwood kick. You do realize that Bills fans always say that the reason why it went like this was because of a gust from one of the helicopters that was overhead at the time. Because there was very tightened security because it was right after, was it the 9/11, right after the 9/11 Super Bowl? Or was that the Patriots one? Anyway, it was, I think it was, I know there was something that was involved. It was like Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Norwood, right? But it was very tight security. And Dory's there. Yeah. Oh, and you're welcome, Veronica. I love Veronica. My undying adoration. My undying adoration for Miss Veronica. KC played the best game of the year at the wrong time for Buffalo. Yeah, Ed, you're right. And then Charles said, "I'll be shocked if KC lets the running quarterback beat him." We'll see. It's well. Let me see. Who would be the? Well, there are no running quarterbacks left. Let's see. Um, Goff is a thrower, and the Niners. The other kid's not a running quarterback. That's a thrower. So if whoever wins against in the NFC should beat Kansas City by what you're saying, Charles. By what you're saying, Charles, it wouldn't be a running quarterback because I don't think they play anymore. Yo, I got you, Lamar. I understand. I got you, Space Beast. I understood. I was going from the next game because he was saying that he would be shocked if a running quarterback beats him. So that would mean that they should get past the Ravens, according to what Charles was saying. And then it would be up into the Super Bowl. Who does he want the Super Bowl, barbecue or crab? And Sinister Rain, hey, I haven't seen Sinister Rain in a while. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. If you're not here, shame on you. And we do have our first guest of the evening. Yo, Rada. Good to see you, brother. He's backstage. You're gonna bring him in. Bring my boy Yo in here. I'm saying Baltimore will not be at the. Yeah, I got you, Charles. I know. And then I'm gonna bring in Angelo's comment before Angelo comes in. I like to see the feel good storylines make the ball and hope the Ravens make. I want the Lions to win. As of right now, I want the Lions to win the Super Bowl. I want the Raiders to win the Super Bowl, but that's not going to happen. Okay. Let's bring my boy Yo in. My God, why are my eyes? Oh, it's been a while. Got to tighten this out. We're gonna have Yo come in, then we're gonna have the Wayward Aussie Raider, aka War, come in right after him. Thrash is here. Then when Asylum come in. Shipmate, how you doing? Good to see you. What's up?
Not much, man. What's happening?
I can't hear you. Is it me?
I don't know.
Are your wait. Oh, I know why. It was me. I didn't have my damn what do you call it? Earphones on. I'm like, is it you? No, it's me.
Are we now good now?
Yes, we are good now. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Man.
What's up?
Not much, man. How you been?
Other than same situation. Need to find me a job. And when I find a job, I will be fine.
Man, this game today, though. I mean, come on. Like, the Bills, they just can't beat the Chiefs.
No,
they just
and
can't.
That's what I said.
No matter what, they just can't beat them. I mean, I don't. It's disgusting. It's like they don't even need to play the game. You know, it's going to come down to the last minute, and they're going to lose. That's. I mean, that's the MO of the Bills. That's what it is. It's the MO. Like, it's disgusting. Like, I just pray to God that next week Baltimore wins the game because I cannot stand another Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs involved. It just can't. I mean,
I agree.
It's impossible.
Now I know that you're up there. You're up in the area, if I'm not mistaken. I know you're northeast.
Yeah, I'm Ohio, but it's like Buffalo's like 3 hours from me.
Yeah, because I remember seeing you and your wonderful lady in Buffalo. I remember seeing you and your wonderful lady down in Miami.
Yeah,
and it's always a pleasure seeing y'all.
Oh, you too, man. You too. All the love to you, man. I know you get around more than I do, even, and I mean, I wish I could get around as much as you do, but time and money, time and money.
Well, hey, like I said, if I'm not what is it? If I'm not gainfully employed, you might be going to more games than me next year.
Well, let's hope you are then.
Yeah, I'm hoping so because again, people are saying, and I say the same thing. Did I tell you this in Miami? I already had my response for it. Said, "Hey Jack, are you going to the Super Bowl? Hey Jack, are you going to the award ceremony? Hey Jack, are you going to the draft?" I said 5 words. When I find a job.
I think you did say that in Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So until that happens, the answer is no.
Hey, I saw you at on the Tampa Bay game though.
Yes, and that I was a well, I wasn't going anywhere, and my friend was there from Philly, and I said, you know what? I'm going to take money out of my coffers that I shouldn't really be taking from my coffers, but I wanted to see Tampa out on Monday night. Plus, it was he said, "Hey, I got front row seats." I said, "Sold."
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you can't
Because
be front row.
yeah, can't be front row, and when
No.
you know who he is, you
Yeah.
know he's going to get on camera. And I said, "Yeah, I'll go with you for that."
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So what do you think, man? What do you think quarterback situation? What do you think we're gonna do?
Well, I mean, I don't know who the exact things are, but there's going to be 3 quarterbacks, not including the kid that Brown that we signed to the futures contract, which has a lot of upside. I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of good things about him. So you figure it's going to be veteran quarterback to be determined. Could it be Justin Fields? Could it be Kirk Cousins? Could it be Russell Wilson? Could it be Jimmy Garbagopoulos staying?
No. No.
We don't know. It's gonna be a vet quarterback that we acquire. It's gonna be AOC4, and it's gonna be a draft pick in the lower rounds of somebody who falls or somebody that we have eyes on. I firmly believe it's not going to be a first round
You don't think it's
or
a first
a
round
second round.
pick, huh?
No, I don't think it's going to be a first round pick. I don't think so.
What if Penix falls? What do you think about Penix?
Penix would be fantastic if he had bionic knees. And that's not happening yet. I know we're close to that, but when you have a kid that has suffered 2 ACL injuries one on each knee,
Yeah, one on each. Yeah.
one on each knee, I'm like, man, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but and maybe somebody can tell me when there was a quarterback that had 2 bad knees at the beginning. I know people are going to say Joe Namath. I'm talking about at the beginning of his career.
Right.
Okay? Joe Namath had 2 bad knees at the end of his career.
Honestly, I don't know if I could think of one off the top of my head with 2.
No.
No.
I don't think so.
The only thing that you can make the case about that though is, their knees. I don't want to say aren't as damaged or hit or whatever you want to make the case, but they don't take as many shots like a running back or a wide receiver or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Yeah, I was going to say the other issue is, and by the way, I'm going to sound I'm going to sound prejudiced against skinny people because I'm fat. Okay, but Caleb Williams needs to gain weight.
I agree with that.
And
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels need to gain weight.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And Michael
said that
Penix needs to gain weight
because
these guys are not going to survive in the NFL playing at the weight that they're at now.
I totally agree with that.
May is chunky enough, and Nix is chunky enough, but these kids that are playing quarterback that are coming out now, unless they got some meat on them, they're going to get crushed.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. 100%. I don't know. I think it just depends on how the draft goes. Honestly, I think if we can get a guy like that in the first round, then I think we might draft a guy in the first round like that if they fall to us. I don't know. I'm not for mortgaging our whole future to move up to 1, to be honest with you, or anything like that. I'm not about that. A lot of people are. I don't know. There's been too many times in the draft where quarterbacks are busts. You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Like if somebody falls to us, great, I'm all for it. But giving up 3-1s to move up, I'm just not about it.
By the way, I forgot. I saw you in Chicago too.
Oh yeah, yep.
See, yep. I got the 3 games that I saw you at because I was paying attention. I just forgot to mention it because it was Buffalo, Chicago.
Actually, I saw you in Vegas too.
Well, I was talking about away games.
Away games, yeah. You got your games pegged for next year yet?
When I find a job.
I got you.
And that's for the entire season, man. That's even Vegas.
Yeah,
that's even Vegas. It's like, and people are going to say it. I say, what do you got, Jay? When I find a job,
I'm going to try to get to New Orleans for sure. As long as the schedule, depending on when it is, if it's Halloween or Thanksgiving or something crazy, but if I can make it, I'm gonna try to make that one. I gotta knock that off my list. I haven't been to New Orleans yet.
Yeah, New Orleans is fun. I would like to go to New Orleans. I think I'm going to Tampa. I think I'm going to Tampa because it'll only cost me a game ticket.
Right.
That's the only game that I can put my money on. That I will put money out.
It's like this year we play Pittsburgh and Cleveland in Vegas, which is terrible for me because that's like an hour drive for both of those to me. So I mean, I'm like, that's a crusher. Be easy, but we're at least playing Cincinnati, but that's a little farther. But it's actually closer for me to go to Buffalo than it is Cincinnati. As crazy as that sounds.
I'd like to go to Cincinnati because I know people I can stay with in Cincinnati. They live in Kentucky, but I can go to Cincinnati and maybe not have to worry about a room. Then it would just be a matter of flying and game tickets.
Yeah.
So I got to be economical with what's going on.
No, I hear you. Shit's out of control, expensive wise, man. I mean, it's it's just crazy. Like this year, I spent way too much money going to games. It's just between the flights, and the rooms and the food and the drinks. I mean, it's out of control. But you got to do it. What else are you gonna do, right?
Well, you're gonna love on your lady, and you're gonna tell her I said hi.
Well, for sure, yeah.
And I'm gonna get Wayward Ozzy on because I don't know what the hell time it is over in Australia, but I know he needs to come on pretty soon.
Oh God, yeah. Go ahead, get him on, man.
All right. Well, shipmate, thanks again. Appreciate you being here. Best to the lady. And remember, always tell her, bring a friend for me whenever you come out there.
I'll see what I can do, brother.
All right. Hey, you take care now.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. That's Yo Raider. All right. That's my boy, Yo Raider. Good guy, too. All right. And I'm going to bring Wayward on, like I said, before he goes away. He is on mute. Hopefully he'll be. There he goes. Hey, how you doing, brother? Now, what time is it over there? Is it 12? Is it 12 hours?
About 1:30 in the afternoon.
1:30 now. Okay, so 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, 1:30 on what do you call it, Monday?
Monday morning. How was your weekend then?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, apart from the Chiefs fucking winning, we all wanted them to lose, but
yeah, I said I called it. People said even Violator and Ref Guru said we hope you're wrong. I said I hope I'm wrong, but I called that.
I was kind of hoping ESPN was right for once in their life, and that the Bills were going to finally beat them according to like the whole how long the rivalry's been going with the Bills, similar to the other rivalry or whatever they posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
So it was like the Bills are due for a win, but they still couldn't get it done.
Yeah. Well, what are you calling? I mean, and you're already doing your draft stuff.
Yeah, I'm already doing some of my draft stuff. I put some stuff on IG already. Like I've already done offensive line, DTs, running backs, and cornerbacks, I believe. Mm-hmm. My 5 guys at various rounds, not all first rounders, just various rounds that we could look at that I feel like would fit in with what we need to do.
Well, I gotta ask you because I'm gonna throw this graphic up, okay? Because Angelo, he's already in full draft mode. I don't know if you know Raider Transplant, really great guy, was over there on Protect the Shield. He's a lot
Okay.
of times over on Protective Shield. Great guy, very
Yeah, I like
knowledgeable.
Protect Shield. Chris is good.
Right. I wanna have him with Jason Dean because Jason Dean's all about college and Angelo seems to have his views on college. I don't touch college football. I get my tidbits from people who know. I don't pretend to know anything. I know a few things about the SEC, and that's my bread and butter is the SEC, and a little bit of ACC because I'm in Florida, and it's just funny to listen to all the Florida State people just cry. They cry like Patrick Mahomes cried. Oh my God, we got gypped. Blah 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 blah. Shut up, okay? You were a weak school and a weak conference, and I know that's going to piss off a lot of people, but it's true. But Angelo, it's just like me. It's like build the O line, build the D line, and he talks about a couple of these different people. You know, he was talking about the was it Latham or Fuaga, Tyler
Yeah, they're
Dyke.
both good. Both those guys are good, but to be honest, I'm more of the mindset of getting O lineman in like the third round because I just feel like there's more depth in O line. Like
Yeah,
personally, I feel like offensively we need a quarterback. Like I just feel like it's no knock on Aiden. Well, I guess it kind of is, but I just don't see Aiden being like the guy. Like he can probably be like a bridge quarterback for us if they really want to go that route, but I just don't see at this point in time that Aiden showed me enough to be the guy. I just feel like there's certain things that he does or doesn't do that just it's not he doesn't have that presence in the pocket. He's not mobile enough for this modern NFL and have way like D ends and D tackles and linebackers all getting faster and there's just so many things red flags for me when it comes to being like the franchise guy. He's
yeah.
a solid
Well,
quarterback, but just not a franchise guy.
let me ask because again, and I'm not bringing this up to piss people off. Okay, I'm not bringing this up to piss people off, but I'm going to say a curse word. I'm going to say a curse word right now. Derek Carr. Okay. What Derek Carr showed in his first year with more playing time, vice what Aiden O'Connell showed in his first year with a rubber band bubblegum offense where his hands were tied behind his back. Okay. I would like to compare and contrast statistically, and I'm going to make sure I say this correctly, statistically, the greatest quarterback of the Raider organization. That is true, statistically. But I want to compare and contrast what Derek Carr did in a full year as a rookie, vice what AOC 4 did in his 10 games as a rookie with his hands tied behind his back. And you say, well, I don't know if he can do it or he is the man. I think that, he is just as good, if not better, as a quote unquote bridge quarterback. Because again, that last guy who wore number 4 was a bridge quarterback for 9 years? Okay. And
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I feel like the sample size to be comparing him to Derek Carr is too small. Like, I get what you're saying. Statistically, you're right, as in their rookie seasons. And also the other way I kind of look at it when you're talking about that, it's like DC was he's still a good quarterback in the NFL, but he's not like a Patrick Mahomes or a Lamar Jackson or like one of the top guys in the NFL, if you get what I'm saying. And I've been a fan a long time, and I'm just kind of done settling for mediocrity. So I don't give a fuck if we trade off a 2025 first and our 13th pick and maybe a couple other picks in the third round or something like that, especially if certain coaches move on to other teams. We're going to get third round tenders on them, so we're going to have a bunch of third round picks. And then moving up and getting our franchise guy. Like, I feel like if you look at this year's playoffs, right, every guy in there, apart from Brock Purdy, is the first round quarterback.
right.
Like every single one of them, outside of Purdy, who's kind of like the anomaly.
Well, but see, that's my point. The anomaly might be going to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
But we can't kind of bank on that. It's less likely that you're going to hit on it. Like, how far ago? Like, when was the last time someone hit that? Probably Tom Brady, right? Was the last time before 30 when that happened. So like the gap between like the last guy that was that and Purdy is like a massive gap. Whereas compared to Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, blah 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 blah, they're all like year after year after year, where it's more proven that first round quarterbacks are generally going to get you further into the playoffs and stuff.
Well, I will also say this, and again, I'm sorry about because I'm going to be mentioning a Hall of Famer
Go ahead.
who I can't stand. But the last time the Dolphins, the second to the last time the Dolphins went to a Super Bowl, because it's been that long. The second to the last time the Dolphins went to a Super Bowl, they had a quarterback by the name of David Woodley. Okay.
Right.
2 years later, they had Dan Marino in the Super Bowl, who still didn't win. But what I'm saying is that the Dolphins went to a Super Bowl with David Woodley, and then they went to a Super Bowl.
Oh, it can be done, but it's just a lot harder.
Yeah, right. But again, if you have the right guy, I mean, even the last two times the Ravens went and won,
a more modern comparison would be like Nick Foles.
Right. Very good. Thank you. Nick Foles.
But I feel like it's getting more and more because, the league's getting more and more offensively driven than what it used to be. So even more so. So I feel like that's why nowadays the successful teams are going to be the ones that have that guy, whether it's a pocket passing guy or a scrambler like Lamar, depending on what offense you're running. You've got to have that guy that can make the plays or extend plays now, because there's so many situations now in the modern game where plays break down and you need guys that can kind of like think on the fly and extend plays. And even if you just move in the pocket, not necessarily scramble, but move in the pocket or roll out to the right or left to avoid pressure, you have to be able to extend those plays. And I just haven't seen it enough from Aiden yet to really convince me that he can get it done.
Well, I'm just saying I'm not convinced. I'm like with Angelo here in the fact that you still need to build the team.
I agree.
You need to build the team. And there's still a year after that, and there's some good quarterbacks. There's some good quarterbacks that are coming out the year. Now, granted, it's not as heavy as like the quarterback draft of '83, where I think they had they had Marino and Elway and Jim Kelly, right? They were all in that draft. If I'm not, or Blackledge, that draft was, and I'm probably missing people, okay? But I know it was Elway and Marino were in that draft. I think Kelly was also in that draft. I think he was in the '83 draft, and they were all like, oh my God, this is the draft, this is the draft, this is the draft. And yeah, it's going to be like that. But, Tony Eason, thanks, Sharif. Tony Eason was there, Todd Blackledge, Tony Eason, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly, and Elway, right? Those five. So there you go. And
I kind of feel like this draft is that draft, though. I mean, if you look at, you got Williams, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, and what did I say? Drake? Did I say Drake May? I think I did.
Yeah, Drake May, and that's what I said. So this is that draft now, but of those people, three of them that of the '83, three of them went to the Hall of Fame. But do you really think that this draft is going to produce three Hall of Fame quarterbacks? It's one of those things where I think that maybe.
Well, we had to wait and see him play, but it's kind of like because I kind of had like a similar debate, I guess you can call it, about with people last year around CJ Stroud. Like I had people telling me he's an Ohio State quarterback, he's not going to pan out this, that, and he's doing things that no other rookie quarterback has ever done. Like. It was just unfortunately couldn't beat the Ravens, but he was, it wasn't. They didn't really lose just because of him. Like CJ Stroud's going to be a very solid quarterback for the Houston Texans for years.
Angelo asked
3 touchdown games and.
Yeah, Angelo wanted me to ask you, what do you think about? Because again, this is a college question. Michael Pratt, Tulane.
I actually like Pratt, but Pratt to me is like a mid to late second round at the earliest, maybe early third round. It just depends on how the draft board falls with what defensive players go and stuff like that. He could drop to the third, but I've got him rated as like a mid second to early third round selection. I actually don't mind Michael Pratt. But he's more of a pocket guy, though. What I could see
Yeah.
in film.
Well, he says we can get him in the fourth. I don't. I tell you, the word's
Maybe
going to be out.
it all depends on how the defensive players go. That's the thing.
The word. Well,
But
once the word gets out on him, Angelo, figure he's going to be at least a third round pick. If everybody
yeah, that's what
starts
I'm
looking
thinking.
at him, if everybody knows about him, he's going to go up around, and that's why I
Yeah,
said.
exactly.
And even AOC 4. Well, actually, it was AOC at the time because he didn't have his number assigned to him. But people were starting to get the word out on Aiden O'Connell last year, and that is why he went up, because we jumped ahead of somebody I think it was the Patriots. We jumped ahead of the Patriots in order to grab him because we saw him. And the word was out, and they said this kid is cerebral and is very smart. And I see that. And you know what? You can't teach smart. You can actually you can improve upon some athleticism, but you can't teach what's up here. And I think really in today's day and age, you know, I'll go with that. And I agree with Shreet that CJ Stroud is legit. But I will say this as well, and give me your opinion on this as well there, shipmate. Is C.J. Stroud would have been drafted by the Raiders, okay? If C.J. Stroud would have been drafted by the Raiders in a Josh McDaniels offense, he would not be the rookie of the year quarterback that he was with the Texans, because the offense with the Texans enabled him to be who he was. If C.J. Stroud was with us, he would probably maybe be a little better than AOC4, but maybe just about where he is or what AOC4 is, because he had a rubber band bubblegum offense that we had to saddle him with, one hand tied behind his back, because he couldn't show the best he could be because the offense sucked. And that's what I'm saying here.
Well, I don't know. I kind of disagree. It could go either way. If we had CJ Stroud, maybe we make the playoffs. Like, we got Devontae Adams over here, you got Jacoby Myers over here. And not just that, even though we all hate Josh McDaniels and what he did, because I feel like he screwed us in more ways than one. Like, he screwed Ziegler and not getting CJ Stroud for one, like overriding him on that, which screwed us. We could have had our franchise quarterback already. But that said, like, if you go back a year before he was fired, and you go look at like with Devontae Adams' numbers with Derek Carr, Devontae Adams had a career year with Josh McDaniels, despite Josh McDaniels being how shit he is. Like, you know what I mean? Devontae Adams literally had a better year than what he had with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. So I think when you got players like Devontae Adams on the team, I think CJ Stroud still would have been CJ Stroud, because at the end of the day, he's who he is, and I don't think it would have been like, it maybe the numbers would be a little bit less, or depending how, but I still think he would still be like a very good quarterback, and he'd still show like what he's showing as a quarterback.
But
because I think because we've got so many playmakers on this team that, like, you got Michael May, you got Trey Tucker, you got Jacoby Myers, you got Hunter Renfrow, you got Devontae Adams. Like, there's just so many playmakers on this team. I think quarterback outside of certain things on the offensive line is our main issue. Like,
that's my point. That's my point. The offensive line is still offensive, and the defense,
the right side in particular,
the defense didn't come into their own until after McDaniels left.
Yeah, so, and I do agree with that statement that we all heard, saying that Josh McDaniels was holding Graham back. I actually 100% after, like, in hindsight, I definitely agree with that. In hindsight, it definitely looks that way, that he was holding him back from having his defense, like letting him run his defense how he wanted. I'm still on the opinion that Josh McDaniels was tanking, and that's why Mark fired him. But that was part of the reason why, not the only reason why, that lost the locker room. I think McDaniels was doing certain things intentionally to tank for a better draft pick, and then when Mark Davis got wind of that, he was like, "No, that's not happening over here."
You think that McDaniels was saying that we're going to tank for Caleb Williams?
Not necessarily Caleb Williams, but I think he was tanking for a top 5 pick, or a high top 10 pick, like with inside the top 10 pick. I think he was definitely. There's certain things that I don't care how shit you are as like a head coach. Him being an OC in the Patriots for so long, there's certain decisions he made that was so blatantly, like, if you were really paying attention, like, there's no way he could be that dumb. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just,
Okay.
it just, yeah. It's just like if you go back through all the games and rewatch them, there's just certain decisions he made that cost us games that there's no way he could be that dumb to make the decision cost us a game unless it's intentional.
Okay. Well, partner, I first off, thank you for coming in. It's always a pleasure to see you and hear from you as well. I'm not chasing you, but I would like to say, Angelo, come on in. Jared, please hit the link. Biggs, if you want to come in and talk about your Kansas City Arrowheads, please come in. Because again, I
Just
want to make
one
sure
thing
I
before I
start.
hop off.
Oh,
One thing before I hop off, just to address what Angela's saying.
yes,
I'd
sir.
rather get my guard in round 3. There's guys like Christian Hines, Zach Zinter, guys like that are going to be there in the 3rd round, and I think we can get a good right guard in the 3rd. As far as right tackle goes, probably get that in the 2nd or 3rd as well, depending who you. I mean, I don't know about spending a 1st round pick on a right tackle, but we'll see. It's still possible.
Well, I remember I still say that Dalton was a Dalton Kincaid. No, that's
Yeah,
the
you got
tight end.
Dalton
Dalton,
Wagner.
Dalton, whatever. Dalton Wagner. Yeah, Kincaid's a tight end. Yeah, I knew his name's
Yeah,
Dalton. So you got Dalton Wagner, who you can't teach size. He's on
yeah,
the
and then you
roster.
also got Munford as well. Munford's doing
Right,
okay.
right. Mumford, I think Mumford can slide over to guard. I think you get another big guard, and you maybe get a center, maybe get another swing guard. I think
The
you're
centers I'm looking at, speaking of center real quick, is Drake Nugent from Michigan, and also that guy out of I think it's Texas or something. The Aggies, Bryce Foster.
well. I saw a
He's
couple,
like a
and
later
again,
round pick. He's like a 5th, 6th round guy.
I saw a couple
Okay.
drafts like mocks. They were talking about a center from Georgia. I don't remember his name.
Cedric Van Tran.
Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah,
again,
he's nice. He's like a 2nd or 3rd round selection, I think, though. But he's a pretty high up there guy. But if you wanted to get a center later on, I would get Bryce Foster out of the Aggies, out of I think it's what Texas A&M or something. But
Parker,
anyway,
you know,
Bryce Foster.
you know better than I, because again, I don't listen to anything until about the drafts in April. I start listening in March because
Because
things
Bryce
are going
Foster's
to
a guy you can
change.
take a risk on.
Yeah, things are going to change.
Good.
But
Yeah.
hey, if you're not watching War Wayward Aussie Raider, there's the logo. In fact, let me get this out so you can see his full name. War Productions here on YouTube. Make sure you're following him. Like I said, Wayward's out there. War Productions. You got Avikazi out there. And by the way, there is a Australian chick that was at the Raider game, the last game, and I said, "Hey, follow me so I can give you the information." And I got her girlfriend to at least hit me up on IG. So I gave them your information. So hopefully you got another Australian girl that's here in the United States that can watch Raider content made by 2 Australians.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yep.
I thought about you immediately, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, got a picture of her. I was tired. I said, she wanted to take a picture, and I said, I ain't getting up, so I had a Santa picture, just like I was back in Gitmo. Chick on my lap, and then I find out later on, said that no, that's her girlfriend. I said, oh well, sucks being me, but at least I got a picture of her. Very nice looking blonde. But yeah, she was there in the Hard Rock. No, sorry, Planet Hollywood was at the casino. So hopefully you got another subscriber. I at least turned them on to you. So hopefully it'll get over to you.
No, I appreciate that. Yep. Okay.
Always, man.
Thanks
Always.
for having me on too.
Yeah. Well, hey, anytime I can help out, you got it.
No worries, Cap. You have a good one, brother. You better let the other guests on. They're probably waiting.
You got it, man. We're going to have Angelo come in, and it's just right on time. You take care now.
You take care, brother. Catch you.
All right. That's Wayward Aussie Raider, a.k.a. War Productions. Make sure you go hit him up on his YouTube channel. Great guy. Yeah, him and Avikazi, man. Great content. And they're Aussie brothers. They're Aussie brothers, man. Great to see them. Okay, well, we have about 40 minutes left in the show. Maybe have enough time for Angelo You know, if you want to come into the show, come in now. Because if not, I think we'll probably have Angelo on for the rest of the show. I'm just saying.
No, thank you. I mean, just when you want to come in, let me know.
Yeah.
But I'm always happy to talk to you, Captain Jack. And so that guy, you got to give me his info because I'd love to talk to him more. I was asking you if you could have asked him before you left. Yeah. So if he's still listening, I want if you could just post the answer. I want to know in his draft board. Who was he picking first for us?
I don't know.
Because I wanted to know where his thinking is. A lot of the things he was saying was very correct. Like the fact that even he knew who Michael Pratt was. That's what I've been saying the whole time is why is everybody sitting there every show I'm seeing we're gonna trade up, let's go get Jaden Daniels, there's a connection, blah blah blah. It's like, no, why are we giving up? We have, for the first time in a long time, we have 9 picks. Like, that's great. We have 3 number 7s. We have 1 through 6, all good right now. So let's just pump the brakes. I agree with you, Captain Jack. Let's keep paying attention to what the Raiders are doing in the offseason. Let's see who's getting developed. If Dalton Wagner gets developed, that's great. But we should be drafting talent, depth. And really, this was my whole concept is Devontae Adams is not getting any younger, but I do believe that he's got at least another two years, maybe 3 years of peak performances left in him. Then we got Max Crosby, who's now peaking, right? He's gotten his surgery. He's starting to peak. If Josh Jacobs does sign a hometown discount contract, it'll probably be signing bonus heavy, and then it'll probably take some money off the cap. But if we have room again, because we have, I think it's like $55 or almost $56 million in cap room this year. Remember that when we let Jimmy go, that's going to take some kind of dead cap hit also. So we're going to run out of money fast. And that's why I was saying, if we're going to go after a great free agent, I agreed with you. If we can go get Chris Jones, then let's go for it, right? But if we don't get Chris Jones, let's get Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson is an AP guy. He balled out at Chicago this year. He's a great cornerback. I don't want to say he's like Darrelle Revis, but he's a great cornerback, and he could definitely hold an entire side on his own. You match him with Jack Jones, and then let's say we go ahead and extend Nate Hobbs. We're going to have a pretty good defensive back room. So then let's do what we've been saying, Captain Jack. Let's go. Let
me ask this. By the way, he answered your question. War Productions. War Productions is his site on YouTube, so make sure to hit him up. Again, Avakasi Raider is the other gentleman, so there's 2. War Productions is Wayward Aussie Raider, that with the acronym, and Afakazi Raider is the other Australian gentleman that has a YouTube channel. Great guys, and you got a chance to at least hear from War or Wayward Aussie, and 2 guys that you can hang out with and listen to. I wanted to come on the show with Protect the Shield the other night when I saw you on, but for personal reasons, I'm glad I wasn't on that show.
It was a lot of people for sure. So
yeah, there are personal reasons why I'm like, ooh, okay, I will just stay in the comments section.
Okay, well, it was an hour, and I think you were still on your show because you did like a 2-hour show anyhow. So, but I'm actually excited to see what happens with the Hugh Jackson interview on Tuesday. He's supposed to have Hugh Jackson on.
Hugh Jackson is coming in. Wow.
Yeah, he's going to come in on Tuesday. It's supposed to be live. So if you want to ask him a question, Captain Jack, then it's going to be like anybody can go in and ask. So I'm interested just because I know there's some people that are in the Raider Nation that maybe don't like Hugh Jackson, but I like Hugh Jackson. I thought that I never blame a coach all the way. I always just look at an entire situation, and I don't necessarily think that Hugh Jackson was ever given the best scenario when he was with the Raiders. But if I'm just going to go with facts, fact of the matter is, when he was our offensive coordinator, the team went 8-8, and when he was the head coach, the team went 8-8. So I don't know why everybody's mad. He's still one of the more. He's still on the list of, I think, like top 5 winning performance coaches.
Well, it's not that I don't hate Hugh Jackson. I don't hate Hugh Jackson, but there was a reason why he was let go.
Yes.
And I think in my estimation, and I've heard this from a few people, I think Hugh Jackson was let go because Hugh Jackson was more about Hugh Jackson than he was the Shield. And that therein lies a problem. If you're more concerned about your Manny Petties and what your image is than you are about the Raiders, that's an issue. Now, Hugh Jackson was the best coach to have on the sidelines for the Al Davis game right after he died. He was the best coach to have in that area. And remember, folks, if you remember, when Michael Huff got that interception against the Texans, there were only 10 guys on the field. People don't remember that. There were 10 defenders on the field when Michael Huff was there for the interception. They said it was because Al was playing the 11th Raider. He was the unseen 11th Raider. And Hugh Jackson was on the sidelines, and it was very emotional, and it was very real how he took that win. And that was probably the best person to have at that particular time. And like you said, his offenses were good, really good. It was just the fact is that there are other nitpicky things that detracted from it. And now you say there's an interview. Who's having the interview?
So Chris Kimber from Protect the Shield, the Protect the Shield podcast, is doing a Tuesday live interview with Hugh Jackson. And anyone could hop on because it'll be live to ask Hugh Jackson a question. I think the main point of it is we're talking about who to get as an offensive coordinator right now. So I'm glad I'm on right now, Captain Jack, because I wanted you watch the Bills game too. So I was saying that currently right now, Joe Brady is the interim offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills. What you guys have all noticed if you watch the game is the way Joe Brady does his offensive calling is very Raider style. It's let's pound the ball, let's get in the trenches, let's use the linemen, and then let's go deep, and play action at times. But mainly it's like let's march it forward, use the clock, right? I'm saying that Bills just lost. We don't know what's going to happen with McDermott. But
he's staying. No, he'll be there. Sean McDermott has shown enough as the Bills head coach that it's like McDermott is like the modern day Andy Reid with the Eagles. Okay. When Andy Reid was with the Eagles, they went to the the NFC Championship, or they went divisional round every year. The team was there, and he finally went to a Super Bowl. And I'm talking Andy Reid with the Eagles. Of course, they hit the Pats and they lost. And what's his nose? The quarterback was barfing on the field. But McDermott is that guy, and I think that I didn't hear anything about we're going to shit can this guy, because they shit can the offensive coordinator, and once they did, and this interim guy took over, they won Brady out. Right.
Yeah, that's what I've been talking about. I was talking about Joe Brady. So just for the Raider Nation who aren't familiar with Joe Brady was LSU's offensive coordinating guy when Joe Burrow was there. And this guy knows his shit. And he's young and he's an interim and I like him. So if we're going to spend money on offensive coordinator, I think he's definitely worth the interview. And if we could steal Joe Brady, then that would be great. That would be amazing if we can do that. But that's where I was at. I've been saying I kind of want to see if we can get Joe Brady. But coupling that with the Hugh Jackson thing, I was going to ask if I get a chance to get on, I was going to ask Hugh Jackson, would he at this point because I understand what you're saying about what happened to him, Captain Jack, on why he got fired. But at this point, I'm wondering, people change over time. Maybe you learn, right? But would Hugh Jackson consider being hired on right now to the Las Vegas Raiders as the quarterback coach? And this is why I'm saying this. He's a big reason, and the real reason why a lot of people started paying attention to Hugh Jackson is what he did with Joe Flacco. And because of that Joe Flacco relationship and how he built Joe Flacco, I kind of think AOC4 is the same. So if Hugh Jackson was to be humble enough to say, I'd love to be a part of the Las Vegas Raiders, I'd love to be with AP, I'll be the quarterback coach, and hey, let's go bring in Joe Flacco as a mentor backup. I still see, this is where I'm saying, why are we trading up? We don't need to trade up. We don't need to do any of that. We need to make Davante Adams happy. We need to make Max Crosby happy. We need to make Josh happy, because they earned the right for us to go, hey, we're going to draft for you. We're going to draft for you guys. So you tell me. So if Davante Adams sat there and said, I really want you to go get Jane Daniels, then I'd consider it. But I don't think Davante Adams is saying that. I think Davante Adams is like, I need some help for real. So maybe you guys can protect the guy so he can throw me the ball.
But they're also saying that Davante Adams is on record that he wants Kirk Cousins. I'm like, really?
No. That's not fair, because the question that he was being asked is, who are some of the quarterbacks out there that you like? Like, just talk about.
Okay.
It wasn't like, hey, do you want Kirk Cousins to come to the Raiders? He was just, I think, more talking about just like, hey, I think this guy is good. I think he's a good guy. But I know, man, Davante Adams is gonna, he's smart enough to let it be, because the last thing Davante wants is to be the guy that says, I definitely want you to go get so and so, and then that quarterback doesn't work out. Like, no, and then that's not how it works. So the only quarterback Davante Adams would probably fight for is Aaron Rodgers at this point. Other than that, no, he's he'll be fine. But no, I'm with you, Captain Jack. I say we stay the course.
Yeah.
Right. You tell Max Crosby, I'm gonna
build a team. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is why I keep, like, I know you don't have that much time, Captain Jack, to watch some of these tapes, but you watch a kid like Byron Murphy from Texas, who's coupled with that guy. He's like 360-pound defensive tackle. I'm forgetting his name right now, but he's a monster, right? They were like the two best defensive tackle combinations. So the one guy, the 360 guy, would eat up double teams. Byron Murphy on one-on-ones is like pro ready. This guy on a one-on-one, he's like a little mini Aaron Donald. So I keep saying, if Byron Murphy happens to drop, which he might drop all the way to the second pick, number 44. We get this guy because who gets double teamed and triple teamed more in our team than Max Crosby? Every game, right? Max Crosby, double team. Max Crosby, triple team. Right?
It's not really just that. Max Crosby gets held every fucking play, and they don't call it.
That's true.
They don't call it. I mean, I hear exactly what you're saying, but if they're not calling the penalties, is it really going to help?
No. But so since we're all watching the same thing and we're seeing the same things, why do we think Malcolm Kuhn's finally started getting better? Why do we think Tyree Wilson finally started getting better? Because they're dealing with one-on-ones. And, I'm not saying anyone can deal with one-on-ones. You have to be pretty talented, obviously, in the NFL to be able to deal with one-on-ones. So now think about this defensive front line, us winning that trench battle, right? You got Max, who's going to get the double team. So he's like Michael Jordan. They're going to double team, right? So now we're going to have Tyree at, let's say, right end or left end open to go.
I think they're going to move him inside because
that's the right end position, not edge. So
I got you.
So remember how there's defensive tackle, left end, right end. That's on the 3 technique, 3-4, right? Okay. So that's what I'm saying is you move him on you keep Tyree Wilson on the inside. So the edges right now is you got Max, who gets double teamed, right, on the strong side. Then you got Michael Kuntz going one-on-one, right? So you got a one-on-one on the edge with Michael Kuntz. You got a one-on-one on the inside with Tyree Wilson. If you add Byron Murphy, everyone start watching those highlights. You add that kid Byron Murphy, he will destroy one-on-ones. He's a day one starter right off the bat. Okay, War Production saying Chris Jenkins. Chris Jenkins in Michigan is not bad. I totally agree with you, but I think we can get Chris Jenkins in the third or in the fourth, maybe. He might drop. He might drop further than you think. There's Johnny Newton from Illinois. He's good. My only thing with Johnny Newton is where's it like his I don't know where his ceiling is, right? Byron Murphy, I think, has a huge ceiling. I think he could be like Aaron Donald. Johnny Newton, I don't know yet. Like, I know his techniques are good. He's pro ready, day one starter, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to spend a first or a second on Johnny Newton. And Johnny Newton might go first, might go in the first. So, but no, I'm totally sold on Byron Murphy unless Captain Jack people start figuring it out and he goes to number one. But I'm just saying, like, if we're at number two and Byron Murphy falls in our lap, man, we take that guy. That's the guy.
The number two pick in the draft or in the second round?
In the second round. We take him in the second round. Number 44. We have number 44. Okay. But if he drops to 44, we grab that guy. Because the other thing I've been saying is, so I think there's so many good O-line talent, and I know what you guys were talking about before is he's saying, yeah, we can get O-line in the third, but I'm talking about, like, these are some pretty generational talent guys like Joe Alt, Talisi Fuega, Amari Mims. Like, some of these guys are really good. JC Latham, and I'm pretty sure they're all going one. They're all going to go in the first round. So we get the best available offensive tackle, and you guys talked about it earlier. We all agree right side is what we need help on. The right side. Because left side, we got Colton Miller. We're swinging Dylan Parham, right? We got Thayer Mumford, who seems to be able to, maneuver his way into all these different positions. So that's what I'm saying is the way we solidified the right side is if Dalton Wagner gets developed, 6'8", Arkansas kid, he's a beast. Let's say he gets developed, right? And then we go pick up a J.C. Latham, a Talisi Fuaga. Oh man, we're solid in the front line, and then as the second round starts to fall, we might even get a chance to get someone like Tyler Guyton from Oklahoma. And I would not be. I'm one of the people who would not be mad if the GM of the Raiders went offensive line. I wouldn't be mad at all. I'd be like, great. But that's why I was saying that I think all the really talented offensive lines are going to be gone by the time we get to our number 44. And when we get to 44, I don't want to overextend I don't think Chris Jenkins is worth the number 44 pick. So I think Byron Murphy's the guy. We go get a Byron Murphy, and then we start to see how the draft will fall. So the more and more, the closer.
Let me ask you a question on this as well, because and I am a proponent of Chris Jones, but let's say Chris Jones outprices himself. What about Wilkins with Miami?
Man, I don't think he's going anywhere, but I like that guy. I mean, I watched a lot of Hard Knocks. I like his attitude. He's very Raider-like. He'd fit right in with the team, good in the locker room. Like I like him a lot. But I think Miami's going to put out the money to make sure that he stays put. So I don't think Wilkins is going anywhere. But hey, good catch there, Captain Jack. If he's free, it's the same way I feel about Jalen Johnson. I do think we have enough money to be able to sway one of these guys, whether it's a Jalen Johnson or a Wilkins or maybe even a Chris Jones. We could sway him to come our way because we have AP. And I think AP is going to, like again, when you're thinking about the money side, you could either, playing in Florida, there's no state taxes, so that's good. Playing in Nevada, there's no state taxes, that's good. But, do you really want to play in Kansas, like for X money, or you would actually be taking home more money if you come to the Raiders, let's say, right? So that's where I feel like Chicago, which I'm pretty sure their tax bracket's no bueno. I think I think that Jalen Johnson will probably go, I will take the same comparable money that I would have gotten in Chicago anyways with Las Vegas because he loves Antonio Pierce. Jalen Johnson was one of the people who on record on an interview said that if Antonio Pierce doesn't get hired with the Raiders, he would love to have him with Chicago. So that's why I feel like Jalen Johnson will take not necessarily the discount, but he'd rather go same money because less taxes and come to Vegas. And can you imagine that? I can't remember. I mean, do you remember, Captain Jack, when we had two cornerbacks that could basically go one-on-one man and hold the right?
I remember in the Super Bowl we had Woodson and I
Right.
think his name was Shaw.
Yeah,
I think Shaw was the other cornerback, and I if I remember right, both of them had inserts in their legs for the Super Bowl because they both had like broken legs, and they both had to have the inserts in their legs. But yeah, I can't remember what Shaw's first name was, but Shaw and Woodson was the last great cornerback combination that we've had, and
that's a long time ago.
Yeah,
that's a long time ago.
It's been a while. Yeah.
So that's what I mean is right now, I think everybody's happy with Jack Jones. And people have to remember, even though Jack Jones is older, he's still in that rookie contract part because I think he's only in his second NFL year when he played for us this time. This was his second year. So, that's why I was saying he's still going to be with us because we had to sign him on that 2-year type of deal. So he's with us. But if we get Jack Jones and then we give him that chemistry with someone like a Jalen Johnson, we just solidified our cornerback, two sides. Nate Hobbs, let's say, says he wants to stay. He gets the extension. Now we got the slot, right? We still have Morig, right? We got that Chris Smith kid from Georgia. We got Jacorian Bennett that's still under contract. Like we don't like. So when I'm hearing, the Raiders are going to go get Nate Wiggins. Why would we go get Nate Wiggins? We don't need to go get Nate Wiggins. Why would we waste the pick? And not that I'm saying Nate Wiggins isn't good or Kool-Aid McKinstry or any of these guys, but I wouldn't waste it on a cornerback. Why? There's way too many good big uglies right for us to get, and we need to win the battle in the trenches. Especially Josh Jacobs will be no good to us if we use. Let's just say we'll probably use a third of our cap room to probably. Between a third and a fifth of our cap room to solidify Josh Jacobs, right? Depending on the deal that he wants. If he wants a short deal with more money or a longer deal that gets deferred later, I don't know. But since we're going to have to use that much money to get Josh Jacobs, then let's say we go get a Jalen Johnson. Then let's say we try to go get some other pieces here and there. We're going to be running out of money pretty fucking fast. So since we're going to be running out of money fast, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't need to go get cornerback is one of the least concerns for us, in my opinion.
And I agree. And that's why I said, give me a quarterback that like I said, it's going to be a vet, and it's going to be a vet that doesn't cost so damn much. And depending upon who the offensive coordinator is who he's going to want. Is it gonna be some guy that says, okay, Garoppolo is fine? Maybe. I mean, who knows? It depends on what he wants, who his vet preferences are. Like I said, could be Cousins, could be Garoppolo, could be Danger Russ, And again, I don't know. I don't know who
for a veteran minimum, would you take? I mean, like seriously, Russ already has plenty of money. So if Russell Wilson did say, Captain Jack, I want to go to the he actually says the words, I want to go to the Raiders, and I will do it for the minimum. I will make the same or less money than AOC for, but I want to be here. I want to be with this team, and I want to compete to get the first slot. I'd say screw it, let him compete. let the guy give it a try because Russell Wilson wasn't so bad for Denver. You know what I mean? Like And again, we're not going to keep him for the future, but I think part of the reason why you might see Russell Wilson stay in the West Coast, whether it's I don't know where he'll go, but I think he's going to he might try to go to the Raiders because I think he really wants to stick it to Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos. He wants to basically do the whole, I'm going to have you pay me the money while I'm with the Raiders and I eliminate you guys from the playoffs. Like, I think that's the type of attitude he's going to bring.
Yeah, but he can also do that being a backup in LA.
Yeah, and he could do, and that's what I'm saying is that's why he's going to go to somebody. He'll but I think that he'll take the discount to stay in the West just to screw Denver and Sean Payton. Otherwise, he'll probably go somewhere. I don't know. He'll go somewhere where somebody will kind of want him, or
Well, now he's gonna go, and I say this, and it's true, where Mama wants to go.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because I have it on very good. So, like I said, when Anna's in there, Anna's in Vegas with you.
Yeah,
Anna's in Vegas with you, and she knows all about her and how much of a pain in the ass she is. And she's in his ear, and it's one of those, oh yeah, okay, oh I got it, yes dear, yes dear, yes dear. And if he wants to make her happy, he'll do what. If she wants to go to wherever because that's good for her, he'll do it. And
right.
I have a feeling that that's something we got to remember is that, for example, one of the reasons why Aaron Rodgers didn't go to the Broncos was because he had enough of Shailene Woodley, and she was a big Bronco chick, and he was going out with her for a while.
Okay.
And by the way, he's gone down in his days. I mean, he was what, Olivia Munn, and then Danica Patrick, and then Shailene Woodley. I'm like, really? That's like, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm okay. Yes, I know that's obnoxious of me to say, but yeah,
right.
I'm just saying, Olivia Munn and Danica Olivia Munn is like a 13. Danica Patrick is a solid 9, right? A solid 9.
You're saying Danica Patrick is your first
is a solid 9
selection. Yeah, it's a first round selection.
No. Olivia Munn is a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Olivia Munn is a Hall of Famer. She's probably, those girls that are so damn hot, they're really screwed up. That's Olivia Munn. She's got to be screwed up to be, that hot and that like that. And Danica at least has a head on her shoulders and she's hot. So she's like 9, right? Oh, cool. Kev agrees with me. And then Shailene Woodley, I'm like, really? She's high. She's like what I would call a Gitmo 9. She's a Gitmo 9. Any girl on Gitmo, when you're on Guantanamo, that's like maybe a 4 or a 5 in the regular world becomes a Gitmo 9 or a 10 because they're there. They ain't all that in a biscuit, but when you're on Guantanamo, oh wow, man, she's a Gitmo 9 or 10. That's Shailene Woodley. Okay, seriously.
That's funny. That is funny. Hey, can I just can I comment on war predictions?
Sure.
Because I've been seeing it on the board. If he's right, which I hope he is, because Chris Jenkins is good. If he's right and Chris Jenkins falls on the second, my question to him now would be between Byron Murphy, Johnny Newton, and Chris Jenkins, all available for the number 44 pick. Who would he take?
Good question.
All three of them are available. So who's he taking?
My answer is one of those guys because I don't have any preference over any of them, but they all sound good. They all sound good to me. So as long as they don't shit the bed. Yeah.
I really agree a lot with what you had said the last 2 weeks. When we first were together for that 5-hour epic fiesta with Stuart. And then this past yesterday, I think when you did your show, where you keep saying that we need to draft for what we need, not just like people who are talented. We need to just draft what we need because we already have a team that's ready to start chugging forward. So we need pieces that come in. And that's why when I'm thinking of like Byron Murphy or Chris Jenkins or Johnny Newton, like these are all fit
He
pieces.
answered your question, by the
Did
way.
he? Okay.
Yeah.
He would pick.
He said
Wow. Okay.
Newton, Jenkins, and
Likes
Murphy.
Newton. So he likes Jenkins. Man, I really want to talk to him. He likes Jenkins over Murphy.
Well, like you said, hit him up on his channel. Hit him up on his channel and get the notifications. Get the notification.
Yeah, no. I agree with him too. Like, see, he's even saying Newton is an absolute monster as a pass rushing defensive tackle. 100% agree with you. Except we have a monster for pass rushing. His name's Max Crosby. My point is,
but DT.
Yeah, but that's why we need a defensive tackle that can either A, he wins one-on-ones 100%, like 100%. He does not lose one-on-one. Or B, will ask for the double team. And this guy is ferocious. Byron Murphy asks for that double team. That's why sometimes you don't see him getting that. But can you imagine Byron Murphy getting double teamed and Max Crosby and Malcolm Kuntz are the two people going after the quarterback? It will open the whole thing up. So again, Captain Jack, it goes back to what you said. I'm picking for fit. I'm picking for people that someone like Max Crosby would say, oh, hell yes, go get that guy. You know, because if we don't get, like, for example, I'm pretty sure his name is Sweat. You're going to have to help me out here, War Production.
Yeah,
but the other guy,
Sweat. Yeah,
the other guy from Texas, let's say that guy falls in the fourth and we haven't picked up a defensive tackle yet. Hell yes, let's go get that guy because that monster always gets double. So take him. He'll fill that entire gap. But I kind of want to know, since he's chatting with me, what does he think of what's his name again? What's his first name again?
Devonta Sweat?
Oh, is that his name? Okay. All I know is I think his last name is Sweat. He plays in Texas. He was side by side with Byron Murphy, and he's a monster, man. He is incredible.
He's a couple cupcake shorts of 3 spins on the wheel, like they used to say in the Munster episodes. How much does your husband weigh? 3 spins. What? 3 spins? And she's talking about 3 spins, which would have been what, about 800 pounds or something, or maybe 900. I think it was it was like 900 pounds because it was 3 spins of the weight machine. So
I want to know what he thinks of Sweat. Like, what does he think if we don't get a defensive tackle early, but then Sweat drops the number 4? What does he think of? Or I don't think Sweat will drop the 4, but let's say we have a chance to get Sweat. What does he think of us adding Sweat? Oh, he says, "Yep, gap eater." Yeah, man. See, like, and that's the way I'm picturing the draft. I'm not picturing it for talent more than I'm picturing it for how is our team gonna look? Who's our main defensive pieces?
And I always say it's BPA, PON, position of need. Best player available in a position of need. Okay, and Peggy Holmes hates when I say that, but it's true. Best player available, but position of need. What do we need? And then you rack and stack between the best player available, and then what do we need, and who ranks higher, and that's the guy you get. And I would do that in the middle.
Yeah, and see now our production is saying, and I like this. He says he'll take Sweat and pair him with Butler, and or Tyree in the middle. Like, hell yes, let's do that. It's great. So if he drops in the 4th or drops in the 3rd, sure, I'll take it. But that's where I'm saying, like, let's not mess around with our first 2 picks. Let's not go like trading up for Jane Daniels is going to cost way too much. You know,
we're gonna probably give up a 2 or 3 for if we go get Justin Fields. We're gonna have one of those picks is going to be gone. It's either going to be a 2nd rounder or a 3rd rounder. And Angelo, I hate to do this. I'm up against the hard break. I gotta say thank you again. And that's why I said, okay, we got about 40 minutes, maybe enough for Angela. So you've had 35 of it. So I'm going to do the out. And by the way, MC Raider was saying, am I going to the draft in Detroit? MC, you missed my comments. This is what I say when I find a job. I will be at a bunch of different places when I find a job, or if somebody sponsors my old ass to go there, because I ain't going there otherwise because I don't have the money. Hey, Angelo, thanks again. That is, by the way, Raider Transplant. Make sure you pick him up and follow his story. Great story that it is. And yeah, people are saying take care. You do take care. I want to take care. I want everybody to take care. It was a bummer that the friggin' Chiefs won. I'm sorry, I know Robert's in here. Robert's my buddy. He's a cool Chiefs fan. I got a couple cool Chiefs fans, and the rest of them can suck from under. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thanks. And yeah, for everybody who wants to follow me, I'm on Instagram at Reyes Boxing, Reyes Boxing. It'll be easy to find me. Thanks again, Captain Jack. Thank you so much.
All right, partner. Thank you, man. It's always a pleasure. You take care as well. That's right. Raider Transplant's in here, and we are up at the Heartbreak. I am just on my way out. Again, hey, it's Sunday, and we've had a great day. Yeah, except for fucking Kansas City winning. Sorry, Rob. But still, say hi to your aunt. Tell her to make some fucking cookies for me, please. Chocolate chip. And by the way, if I hang out with Robert in Kansas City, depends on when it is, I got a great place to stay in Kansas City. That's one less thing I have to pay for. I will make sure I'm not an asshole nuisance, but that's great place to hang out. Take care. Angelo said that DM him, and this is up for Angelo. Oh, sorry, wrong one. And Cap, salute to you, Wild Turkey, as well. Salutes back. DM at Wayward Aussie Raider, and remember, it's Angelo Reyes Boxing. Salute to everybody. I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm very late. Take care. We'll see you next time.